Please remain standing if you're able, and I invite you to join the Highland Community College Lads and Lassies as they sing the Alma Mater. The Lads and Lassies are under the direction of faculty member Shayna Leahy. The words are on the back of your program.
Where the hills of Donovan do greet the eastern sky, proudly stands our alma mater on her hilltop high. Gold and blue will flow for our old Highland over thee, and may thy sons be leal and loyal to thy glory. When the evening twilight deepens and the shadows fall, lingers on the golden sunbeam on thy western wall. Gold and blue will flow for our old Highland over thee, and may thy sons be leal and loyal to thy glory. When the shades of life draw nigh and dark our hearts may be, may those rays of youth and sunshine linger round o'er thee. Gold and blue will flow for our old Highland over thee, and may thy sons be leal and loyal to thy glory.
Please be seated. Good evening and welcome, families, friends, HCC faculty and staff, and students of the 2017 graduating class. I'd like to introduce the people on the platform with me this evening, and I'll start with our Highland Community College Board of Trustees. Russell Karn, Highland, Kansas. Carl Tharman, Troy. Jason Taylor, Highland. Bernie Coy, Wathena. Tom Smith, Highland. And our board chair, Joyce Simpson, Wathena. And our speaker this evening, Doug Sturbins. Graduates, I'm glad you're here tonight, participating in our commencement ceremony. Many of you began at Highland in the fall of 2015. Some of you who may have been part-time students may have started even earlier. And some of you have attended all your courses work at regional locations or online. In any case, we're happy you're receiving a degree from Highland Community College this evening. Students choose where they attend college, and we're delighted you chose Highland to begin your education. One of my favorite activities as president is watching our students perform. Whether you performed on the stage, the classroom, on the court, the field, the track, or your work has been displayed somewhere around campus, you've been a fun and very talented group to watch, and you performed at a very high level. In addition to the knowledge you've obtained from your courses, Highland Community College is committed to 6 shared performance expectations, and I think you've probably heard them often. While at Highland, we sincerely hope you've added these 6 outcomes to your base of knowledge because they will serve you well. I spoke with many of you about these on orientation day, first day on campus. One more time, they are: be competent at your work, communicate effectively, respect others, think critically, act responsibly, and work effectively on teams. Please believe me when I say I've enjoyed having you be part of our campuses. You've been part of our college family, and you've left your mark on the college, and we will miss you. This evening, we're pleased to have a fellow alum give our commencement address tonight. During his time at Highland, he was both a student and an athlete. When I became reacquainted with Doug last year, he told me not to examine his Highland records too closely, He said he was a little lacking on the student part and the athletic part, but I'm an old math teacher, and he has an engineering degree, so he probably had to be a pretty good math student, I would imagine. Doug went on to earn a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from Kansas State and a Master's in Business Administration from the University of Texas at Tyler. Doug had a very successful career in leadership, which he started on the shop floor and ended up in the executive suite. He retired 2 years ago as the Chief Operating Officer for Westar Energy, the largest utility in Kansas. Now Doug takes those leadership experiences and helps other leaders through his public speaking and leadership coaching. Doug never imagined himself as a speaker, but he has a passion for sharing the leadership lessons he has learned along the way. He is called often to speak on leadership and has a message that will challenge us all personally. Last year, Doug was selected as one of the 50 Kansans you should know. Last year, Doug and his wife Connie have 3 grown children. They have lived in several states, but they now choose to live in Kansas. And they've been recently endowed a scholarship for HCC students. Please help me in welcoming Doug Sturbins.
Good evening, graduates, distinguished professors, President Dave Rice, board members, parents, grandparents, family, and friends of these fine graduates. I can tell you from experience they really appreciate that you're behind them right here watching them on their big day. So thank you for being here. Graduates, congratulations on finishing your first 2 years. I'm just honored to be a part of your big day. But I got to tell you, some of my college professors are a little shocked that they let me come up and speak to you tonight. Frankly, so am I. Graduation speeches. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I heard at every one of my graduations. I'm sure that the graduation speakers spoke sometimes for quite a while. Probably they gave great speeches, but I just didn't listen. I wish I would have. I really don't know what I was doing instead of listening. Maybe I was pondering all those years of hard work that it really takes to be able to sit in those seats right there. Maybe I was pondering my future. You know, what the heck am I going to do when I get out of school? I don't know. For whatever reason, I just didn't listen, and I can't remember any of those graduation speeches. I was sitting right there in your seats. I had just knocked out my first 2 years of college, but I didn't have a clue what that really meant. I didn't have a clue of how that would change my life. I didn't have a clue of how things would really change for me. Maybe some of you are sitting there just like I was, wondering how this is really going to change your life. And yes, I can assure each and every one of you sitting out front here this morning that your lives will be changed tonight. You see, you are now set apart because of that education, because of what you already have after your first 2 years, and what you'll probably get when you go on and finish your degree for a 4-year school. Do you know that less than 7% of the people on this planet have what you have right now? And only 1/3 of Americans have a college degree at all. So you are truly set apart. But what difference does that make? So you're set apart. What difference does that make? You see, people in our society, they value education greatly. That's just a fact. We can't change that. That's why things will change for you tonight. And yes, I can assure you they will change. So Doug, what does it mean to be set apart, and what exactly will change? Well, being set apart means a lot of things. But one thing it means now is starting tonight, you will have more influence than you've ever had in your entire life from now on. And that will change you, and it'll change all the people who are around you. Now, I could tell you about the power of influence, but instead, let me just show you. My dad was a fireman, and being a fireman's kid was pretty cool because on those bring your dad to school days, other kids, they probably brought an engineer or maybe a college professor or maybe a utility executive. But I brought a fireman. You see, I simply believe that when Batman or Iron Man lays his head on their pillow that night, they've got fireman pajamas on. But being a fireman also meant that he worked 24 hours on and 24 off. So every other night he was away from me and our family. And on those days he was on duty at the firehouse, I used to ride my bike across town just to be with him. And when I got there, we'd do some kind of work together, fixing something that was broken or refinishing old furniture. Ever since I can remember, I was working with my dad. And when my dad wasn't at the fire station, he had a part-time job, roofing houses or painting, and I was with him then too. You see, my dad is a wiry, tough, scrappy man with leather-like skin from working in the sun. He could scale a roof like a squirrel, and he could lay shingles out fast and straight. We had a relationship built on work, not words. Some parents teach their kids through talking. My dad taught me through work. If I'd gone out, done something I shouldn't have been doing, stayed out a little too long doing it, there were few words. We'd just get up a little earlier the next morning and work a little bit harder, and I got the message. During a summer between my senior and junior year of high school, a huge hailstorm hit our town. Nearly every roof needed to be replaced and house needed to be repainted. My dad was doing the roofing, I was doing the painting. We didn't see each other much that summer. But how I would get up extra early some mornings before my painting job would start, and I'd go to where he was going to be roofing, and I'd carry those shingles up on the roof for him. He could still roof just fine, but his knees were getting bad, had a hard time carrying those bundles up on the roof. In the evening, I'd go back and carry a few more after my painting job was over just to get caught up. The fact is, carrying those bundles of shingles up on that roof, up that big ladder, was probably a better workout than anything any of my football coaches could have gave me to do. Some mornings I was still there carrying shingles when my dad would show up from the fire station to start his roofing job for the day. We'd have little talks, usually up on the roof. One morning we were having our short little talk when the businessman who owned that house walked out onto his driveway. He had a suit and tie on. I watched him as he put the golf clubs in the trunk of his car and he drove off for the day. I looked at my dad for some kind of reaction. Make sense of this. Nothing. He picked up that roofing hatchet and just started pounding nails for the day. That evening I was back carrying more shingles. My dad was still there roofing. I watched this time the guy come back into his driveway. This time he's in a golf shirt, shorts. He takes the golf clubs out of the trunk of his car, he puts them in his garage, and he goes into his house. Well, I looked at my dad again for some kind of reaction. I'll never forget what happened next. He looked me square in the eye and he said, "Son, I don't know a thing about that man's world. I don't know what he does for a living or how he does it. But he sure seems to have an easier life than we've got. Maybe I ought to go chase what he does instead of what I'm doing." And I think it has something to do with going to college. I never thought much about going to college before that day. Nobody in my family ever went to college, and I don't think I knew a college graduate. You see, that discussion up on that roof was influence. My dad planted a seed that day. It was later watered and fertilized by an unexpected football scholarship by a guy named Coach Marty Allen to this place right here at Highland. My dad planted a seed high up on that businessman's roof. He covered it up with a little more hard work. It sprouted and grew into a 4-year engineering degree and a pretty nice career. My dad doesn't remember that talk. but I'll never forget it. You see, starting tonight, that's the kind of influence you will have on people in your lives. The thing is, you don't get to choose the time, the place, or the person you get to influence, but you're always influencing. You never know when you will deeply influence another human being. Our society values education greatly. And whether that's right or wrong, that's just the way it is. We can't change it. But because of your education, your influence grows. That's it. That's how things have changed for you. The real question is, how are you going to influence other people? Are you going to inspire them to greatness or not? I think each of you have to ask yourself that question tonight. In fact, all of us ought to ask ourselves that question. How am I influencing the people around me? So let me wrap this up this way. It has been said that to whom much is given, much is expected. Graduates, you have been given much. Each and every one of you were influenced by a lot of people in your life. Maybe you were influenced by some of the people that are sitting behind you tonight. But now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to go out and inspire and lead and influence other people. Tonight, you are set apart, and your influence matters. Thank you very much for
So many things to do or say, but I can't seem to find my way. But I wanna know how. I know I'm meant for something else, but first I gotta find myself. But I don't know how. Oh, why do I reach for the stars when I don't have wings to carry me that far? I gotta have roots before branches to know who I am before I know who I wanna be, and then to take chances, to live like I see a place in this world for me. Sometimes I don't wanna feel.
Sometimes I don't wanna feel.
Forget the pain is
Can't
in
forget the
my
pain is
head and not mine. Learn to be strong, I won't have to break it. Oh, you'll find you're standing. Oh, the wind can come and do its best. Long enough to stop east and west. But I'll still be standing here. I'm standing if I have roots before branches. To know who I am. Gonna be a thing. To take chances. To live like I see a place in this world. Gotta have roots before branches. To know who I am before I know who I'm gonna be. And then to take chances. To live like I see a place in this world for me. I gotta have roots before branches. Oh yeah.
Please join me one more time in thanking Doug Sturbins for sharing his message with us this evening. At their November 2008 board meeting, the Highland Community College Board of Trustees approved a framework for an HCC Academic Hall of Fame. One of the three categories for which a person may be selected for the Academic Hall of Fame is an outstanding alumni. Alumni nominations should reflect the nominee's professional life and/or community service accomplishments. Tonight, we'd like to honor our newest member to the alumni category, the Highland Community College Academic Hall of Fame, Mr. Doug Sturbins.
That's a shocker. Yeah, it was a surprise.
Well deserved, well deserved. Before moving on to the graduating class, I'd like to recognize some special people. Leading the academic procession today are faculty emeriti Stanley Lewis and James Hughes. Mr. Lewis and Mr. Hughes, would you please stand? Mr. Lewis and Hughes come back to the faculty each year at the commencement to honor and we honor them at the commencement with their long commitment to Highland Community College. Welcome back, Stan and Jim. In addition, I'd like to recognize three individuals on the president's staff. Please hold your applause until they're all introduced. Leading the processional tonight, Dr. Cheryl Rasmussen, Vice President for Student Services, Ms. Peggy Forsberg, VP for Academic Affairs, and also Dr. Craig Mosier, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. And preceding the graduates today, I'd like to introduce the Highland Community College faculty and other administrative staff. This group has interacted more with this graduating class of 2017 than any other group on our campuses. They're the ones who execute the real purpose for which we are here, to teach and learn. The Highland Community College faculty. Faculty, would you please stand and be recognized? On the occasion of their 50th wedding anniversary, Dr. Herbert and Emily Lucas Bruning were surprised by their family and friends with the creation of the Bruning Award at Highland Community College. Dr. and Mrs. Bruning were charter members in the HCC Foundation Board of Directors and spent their adult life supporting education. Created in 1990, the Bruning Award reflects the interest in education by encouraging professional development of the HCC faculty. Last year's recipients were actually a team of 6 instructors, those teaching our sustainability class. The Bruning Award is determined based on their proposals from faculty members for their professional development, based on a proposal from a co-sponsor of a student organization that has had an exceptional year, This year's awardee will use the award to learn about the history of that organization and see the plaque honoring a former Highland instructor who was sponsored of this organization before losing a battle with cancer. The faculty member will be traveling to the national headquarters to learn about the organization and to share with local chapter members in the coming years. Along with her co-sponsor, this year's recipient helped her organization to numerous regional awards, several international convention awards, and helped light up the international convention with the election of a Highland student to an international vice presidency position. This year's recipient of the Bruning Award is Margie Headings, co-sponsor of the Highland Phi Theta Kappa International Honorary Organization for two-year colleges. Margie, would you please come forward and receive the Bruning Award Apple as an example of your educational excellence. Thank you for your good work with Highland Community College chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. Arlen Parrish was a longtime faculty member in sociology at Highland Community College. When Arlen passed, a scholarship was set up in his name, and each year at commencement, we honor Arlen by announcing the recipient. This student was chosen by a faculty committee and is not a member of the graduating class, but will be continuing at HCC next year. This year's recipient of the Parrish Scholarship couldn't be here this evening, but I still want to recognize Lexi Wetstein, Highland, Kansas, as this year's committee's selection. Now to the graduates. As each graduate is introduced today, there are special honors will be announced along with their names. Let me give you a description of 4 of those honors. Those on the president's list have completed all coursework to date with a 4.0 cumulative grade point average. These students are also wearing honor cords. In addition to recognizing them as they cross the platform, I'd like to have them stand and be recognized now as I call their name. Please hold your applause until all are recognized. Christine Cooper, Barnard, Missouri. Lexi Diepenbrock, Wamego. Jordan Johnston, McLouth. Megan Mueller, Highland. Christine Ryan, St. Joseph. Ari Stenek, St. Mary's. Those who are listed as Dean List have completed all coursework to date with a 3.5 or better grade point average. Please listen for this designation as they cross the stage this evening. With the Dean's honor graduates, please stand as I announce their name. Hold your applause until all have been announced. Nikia Andriani, Carbondale. Mitchell Austin, Cronulla, New South Wales, Australia. Joyce Lee Bolick, Rose Hill. Mackenzie Bowes, Severance. Mackenzie Brewer, Wathena. Jamie Clark, Silver Lake. Kayla Cook, Highland. Taylor Cooper, Manhattan. Stacy Edwards, St. Joe, Missouri. Mackenzie Garvin, Lawrence. Reagan Gibson, Highland. Lance Hickman, Oskaloosa. Sarah Foss Hogston, St. George. Destiny Martin, Topeka. Allison Nutt, New London, Texas. Dory O'Shell, Lawrence. Kara Peterson, Effingham. Karen Kaz Rodbelt, Holton. Cheyenne Runnels, Holton. Excuse me. Dory O'Shell was Lawrence, pardon me. Grace Yard, Atchison. Sonia Vukov, Budakeski, Hungary. Shannon Wexelman, Barrington. Wilma Wilcox, Manhattan. And Catherine Wist, Hiawatha. Phi Theta Kappa is a national 2-year honor society. Members must have achieved at least a 3.5 grade average and are invited to join the Phi Theta Kappa by their fellow honor students. And Margie Heddens and Harry Moeller are the Highland Community College faculty members and faculty sponsors. And Lindsay Kubina is the sponsor of our Wamego chapter. Those students are listed in the back of your program, and many are wearing the gold Phi Theta Kappa stoles this evening. Who's who among students in American Junior College includes those students whose academic standing and participation in extracurricular activities and community service are decidedly above average. The faculty, staff, and administration nominated these students to Who's Who. Those students are also listed in the back of your program. And now, Ms. Peggy Forsberg, Vice President for Academic Affairs, will recommend the candidates for graduation. Ms. Forsberg, will you please come forward to present the candidates?
Would the students who are candidates for the Associate of Arts degree please stand? Would the students who are candidates for the Associate of Science degree please stand? Will the students who are candidates for the Associate of General Studies degree please stand? President Rice, I recommend these candidates for graduation to the Highland Community College Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Ms. Forsberg. As authorized by the Board of Trustees, the Kansas Board of Regents, and the Higher Learning Commission, I accept the candidates as approved by the Vice President of Academic Affairs for the degrees as listed. Now's the time you're all waiting for. So for those of you who wish to take pictures of the graduates as they receive their diploma, you're welcome to come down for a good picture, and generally this area is a nice area to do that. Graduate names will be announced by art faculty member Matt Leahy. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Kara Danielle Akra, Associate in Arts. Nikita N. Andriani, Associate in Arts, Dean's List. Mitchell Neville Austin, Associate in Science, Dean's List, PTK, Who's Who. Franklin H. Avalos Montoya, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration. Sydney Lee Blackburn, Associate in Science, PTK, Who's Who. Jocelyn Teresa Boleg, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK, Who's Who. Mackenzie Lee Bowes, Associate in General Studies, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science in Accounting and Business Administration, Dean's List, and PTK. Michelle Jamilix Brennis, Associate in Science. Mackenzie Joe Brewer, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK, Who's Who. Gabrielle Lynn Brown, Associate in Science. Congratulations. Kayla Ann Bryant, Associate in Arts. Ryan Allen Cahoon, Associate in Arts.
Her middle name is Ray.
Right. Would you like it said? Yeah. Okay. Riley Ray Calloway, Associate in Science. Anna Maria Capra, Associate in Arts. Shaylee Danielle Cottle, Associate in Arts. Who's Who? Rory Lynn Chapman, Associate in Arts. Cassandra Danielle Childress, Associate in Arts, Who's Who. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kayla J. Cook, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK, Who's Who. Congratulations. Christine Nicole Cooper, Associate in Arts, President's List, PTK, and Who's Who. Taylor Lynette Cooper, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK, Who's Who. Corey Nicole Korn, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science. Maria Paula Cortez, Associate in Science, PTK. Ariel D. Craig, Associate in General Studies. Stacy Edwards, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Dean's List and PTK. Nicholas Charles Falk, Associate in Arts. Mariana Renee Falls, Associate in Arts, Who's Who. Go ahead. Tabitha May Fielkowski, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration. Okay. Tyler Thomas Fritchie, Associate in Arts. Mackenzie Garvin, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK. Reagan C. Gibson, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK, Who's Who. Heather Anna Mae Gilly, Associate in Arts, PTK, Who's Who. Melinda Hendren, Associate in Arts. Joshua R. Hewitt, Associate in General Studies. Lance Gregory Michael Hickman, Associate in Arts, Dean's List.
That's Nikivia.
Nikivia? Nikivia Nicole Hicks, Associate in Arts. This was Kyla?
Yeah.
Kyla Hodges, Associate in Arts. Sarah Elizabeth Foss Hodgson, Associate in Arts, Dean's List. Nikita Holthouse, Associate in Arts. J.C. Renee Hoover, Associate in Science. Philip Anthony Hoskins, Associate in Arts. Hannah Mae Hundley, Associate in Science. Justice Nakia Jakes, Associate in General Studies. Adam Kyle Jansen, Associate in Arts. Colin Riley Jasper, Associate in Arts, Who's Who. Jordan Catherine Johnston, Associate in Arts, President's List, PTK. Phoenix J. Keller, Associate in Arts. Nevin Alexander Kelly, Associate in Arts. Caitlin Leanne Kirkwood, Associate in Science, PTK, Who's Who. Shaylin Daisy Crone, Associate in Arts, Who's Who. Is it Jovan? Jovan. Whitney Jovan Leewald, Associate in Arts. Candice Renee Link, Associate in Arts. Hunter Cheyenne Catherine Little, Associate in Science. Michaela Lauren Little, Associate in Arts. Erica Michaela Lopez, Associate in Science. Tyresia Monique Lukes, Associate in General Studies. Megan Lee Lundeen, Associate in Science. Destiny Desiree Martin, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK. Jeremy David McDonald, Associate in General Studies. Stachus Reed McLeod, Associate in Arts. Shania McNeely, Associates in General Studies. Avery Joy Mead, Associate in Arts, Who's Who. Danian Akabak Miller, Associate in Arts. Jonathan Curtis Miller, Associate in Arts. Jamie Lynn Mitchell, Associate in Arts. Megan Lene Mueller, Associate in General Studies, Associate in Arts, President's List, PTK, and Who's Who. Lindsay Ann Myers, Associate in Arts. Anthony Nichols, Associate in Arts. Michaela Johanna Niefeld, Associate in Arts. Alyssa Renee Nye, Associate in Arts. Savannah Grace Noble, Associate in Arts. Skylar Dane Nolan, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science. Allison Marie Nutt, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Dean's List, PTK, Who's Who. Kellyanne Elizabeth Olivero, Associate in Arts. Dory Lynn Oshel, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK. Kara Elaine Peterson, Associate in Arts, Dean's List.
I'm making my way slowly there.
That's right, I'll make my way slowly through your long name. Janessa Mary Catherine Noel Poole, Associate in Science. Rebecca Lynn Pope, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science. Shelby Renee Powell, Associate in General Studies. Danye Marie Rashaw, Associate in Arts.
Reeves.
Morgan Blue Reeves, Associate in Arts.
Raynaga.
Rebecca I. Renaga, Associate in Science. Samantha Marie Reynolds, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science. Karen Sue Rodvell, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK. Piper Haley Roki, Associate in Arts. Kayla Lynn Ross, Associate in Science. Kiera Lene Ross, Associate in Arts. Loretta Sue Rausch, Associate in Arts. Jordan P. Rucker, Associate in Arts.
Cheyenne Darrell.
Yep.
Cheyenne Darrell Runnels, Associate in Science, Dean's List, Who's Who. Giselle Milagros Santiago, Associate in Science, Who's Who. Ryan Shellhorn, Associate in Arts. Tina Nicole Scott, Associate in Science. Jasmine Janae Segrist, Associate in Arts. Grace Ann Syard, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK.
Congratulations.
Alyssa Tanae Simmons, Associate in Arts, Who's Who. Imani Jeanette Simmons, Associate in Science.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Corey Amber Singleton, Associate in Applied Science in Accounting, Associate in Applied Science in Business Administration.
Congrats, Desi.
Desiree A. Skelton, Associate in Applied Science in Graphic Design. Jenna Danielle Stagenborg, Associate in Applied Science in Business Administration. Ari Stenek, Associate in Science, President's List, PTK. Alyssa Sunderman, Associate in Applied Science, Accounting. Reagan Lee Taggart, Associate in General Studies. Katrina Lorraine Tharman, Associate in Arts. Michaela Diane Todd, Associate in Arts.
Excited about that eight.
Cheyenne Simone Tramble, Associate in Arts. Darian D. Turner, Associate in Arts.
Pronounced Vila. Vila. All right.
Damian Jordan Vila, Associate in Arts. Josephine Ann Vitash, Associate in Arts, excuse me.
What's your name?
Kyra Brooke Ballin.
Kyra Ballin.
Yep.
Ballin?
Ballin.
Ballin. Kyra
Yes.
Ballin. What's your thing?
Kyra Brooke Ballin.
Kyra Ballin. What's your thing?
Phi Theta Kappa.
Kyra Vollen, Phi Theta Kappa.
Sonia.
Sonia Vukov. Yep.
Sonia Vukov, Associate in Arts, Dean's List. Shannon Lee Wexelman, Associate in Science, Dean's List. Leandra Lynn Wilson, Associate in Arts.
Congrats.
Catherine Wist, Associate in Arts, Dean's List, PTK, and Who's Who.
And now for your best and last advice of the evening. From today, go forth and be good Scotties. Wear the navy and gold wherever you go. Tell everyone you know about Highland Community College. Send all your children to Highland Community College. Answer the call to alumni events and keep your alumni information up to date. Remember, during your time at Highland Community College, many at HCC provided to you with their time, their financial and moral support, their instruction, their friendships, and their scholarships. Someday soon, you'll have the opportunity and responsibility to provide for others. Graduates, you please stand. You may move your tassels. Thanks to the parents, families, friends, and supporters who are partly responsible for the success of these graduates. Everyone is welcome to join the graduates for a reception on the front lawn. The Kansas City Celtic Pipes and Drums will now lead the recessional.